Hey, Wendell, happy birthday. Happy 80th birthday. You know what happens when you turn 80. You can do anything you want to, and no one can hold you accountable because they think you're too old and don't know what you're doing. But I know better. I've known you too long. And for those who are looking at this, but just by chance, they need to know that I have always listed you as my favorite next door neighbor in my whole 79 years. I am younger, you know, by a couple of months. So have a great time today with all your friends. And I'll just tell one story that I remember about you, and that is when you were saying that you can't work on Sundays, and your family had decided to paper your new office in the yard. And you said you can't do it on Sunday, but you did it anyway and went in on Monday, and all the paper had fallen off because there was no sizing in the glue. So you are usually right, and in that case, of course you were right. So that's it for now. Have a happy birthday.
Hello, Wendell. Carrie Deckard here to wish you a very fine happy birthday and to congratulate you on reaching this milestone in a very interesting and productive life. And speaking of years, you and I have been through a number of experiences together, and I want to thank you for that. You've always been a good guy and done a good job. And I want to congratulate you and thank you for being a member of our Friday morning Bible study. And you have been faithful and appreciated by all of our people. And we thank you for all the good things that you've done in your life. And now my wife June and I would like to wish you the very best of happy birthdays, not only a good day, but a good year and many fine years in the future. And we pray that the Lord will continue to bless you in every possible way. Again, Wendell, happy birthday.
Hey, Dad, happy birthday on your 80th. And I just recall many decades of following you around the country on our adventures and being stationed all over the world. And really appreciate the experiences and life lessons you've taught me. And love you very much on your 80th. Happy birthday. Thank you for being a great grandfather to my boys when I traveled during a big part of my adult life. I love you, Dad. Happy birthday.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy birthday. You're finally getting old. My favorite memory is the time we went to Wyoming, and we went up on the mountain. We got stuck in that blizzard, and the only thing we had was Vienna sausages. And as soon as we got out of the car, I threw that snowball at your head, and then you thought it was Isaac, so you dunked Isaac in the snowbank instead of me. And you were wondering why I was laughing so hard. I thought it was hilarious. And then you realized that it was me, not Isaac, who threw that snowball at your head. That was probably one of my favorite memories that we've had. Have a happy birthday, Grandpa, and I love you.
Hey, Gramps, want to wish you happy birthday, and want to thank you for the 80 years of taking care of our family and being a guide for our family. And hope you have many more good birthdays to come. Love you. My favorite story from Grandpa is probably how many times he always goes over his physics teacher he had in college. Yes, Grandpa, every time you say it, we have heard it, but I continue to let you tell it because I love hearing it every time. And she probably was right by not passing you because that made you find another choice of career paths besides physics.
Hi, Dad. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños número 80. I can't believe it's been 23 years since you and I met in Guatemala. Long time ago. I can remember from the very first time your smile and your peacemaking soul and how you were always trying to make everybody happy and you were always making deals and wheels with the people in the market and how you took me in as your own child. And from that moment on, I have never felt alone, and I have had a wonderful father, a wonderful friend, a prayerful man, and a godly grandfather who loves those boys and who has helped me raise and teach them what a man should be. Thank you for being there for us, and I want you to be happy, and I will pray for you, and I ask that we'll be healthy for many more years to come. We love you. Thank you. Feliz cumpleaños.
Hey Grandpa, it's me, Alexander. Sorry we can't be up there to celebrate your birthday because, well, we gotta prep for school for the new semester. especially me. But whatever the case, me and Nick wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Um, we hope you have a great day. Thank you for being in our lives. Thank you for being in my life for the 21 years I've been living. Nick wishes the same. Hello to everyone out there. Sorry we can't be there, but we'll hopefully see you hopefully soon. And there's Nick.
Hi.
So with that said, happy birthday, Grandpa, and
Happy birthday.
we'll see you all later or sometime soon.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy 80th birthday. Just want to say hello, and we both love you, and we're so grateful that you've been able to be in our lives and be a huge influence on our lives. Hello, everyone else. Sorry that we can't be there, but, we're busy and such. I hope you all have a good time, and again, happy birthday. We love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Wendell. Pam and I really want to send our very, very best wishes to you for a happy birthday and a great year ahead. We met you for the first time in Chicago on Music Box, and I think we were all sort of the fellowship of the Frozen there in terms of getting the filming done and enjoying the Dancing Angels and all the other innovative things that Jim brought to Music Box. And we really enjoyed meeting you and the whole family, working with you, and certainly other times since then in San Antonio for various projects with Jim, and we continue to work with him on occasion out here, and again value your friendship and the great things that you brought to the process.
Happy birthday, Wendell. I remember you so much for your caring spirit and your ability to just make everyone comfortable, and that was a tall order at Music Box. It was so cool. But we have wonderful memories, and you may not know this, but that was my launch to my career as assistant camera to Roger. That was my first paying job, and I was so nervous. But you just made me feel so welcome and comfortable and cared for, and we appreciate your character and your spirit, and we just wish you God's blessings this coming year. Whatever it may bring to any of us, we know that God is in control and that He will give you your richest blessings. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Wendell. We're so excited for you and that we can participate in this, and this is kind of cool that Jim's taken our video to say some special things to you. Eunice, just jump in here anytime you want.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Love to Hug. I know that's what's keeping you young, isn't it? You look about the same as when I first met you, and that is young, not old. Not 80 by far.
Wendell, I think one of the most moving times that I can remember is, and I can remember several where we've had some great talks, and I've appreciated your support for not only me and personally, but for the church and all that you've done there. But when I was going through the divorce, and virtually everybody thought less of me, I'll just use that, and I was pretty much down in a lot of ways and needed finances more than you probably had any idea. And Margie and you were so kind as to basically give me a very nice gift. And I can remember sitting in the cafe, I think it was a Jim's, I'm not sure now, but it was a restaurant, and we'd eaten some lunch together. Of course, you guys paid for it because I had no money. And then you gave me a very nice check, and it really meant a lot. It was much more than the money. It was the idea that people actually cared for me still and had confidence in me. And I can safely say that you, with a few real brothers in the Lord, helped me to move out of those dark days and get me to a whole different place. So I want to thank you for that again. I've thanked you already once, and God's been very good since that time. So that's one of my fondest memories of you and Margie and all that you did for me. I've loved getting to know Sandra and you guys participating when you can and worship with us, but it's been a sweet time, and thank you for those things.
Of course, Wendell, I only knew you in better times, and I was, well, basically when I met you when Marge was passing away, and then shortly after that when you met Sandra, when you came to our church, and it was,
Yeah.
of course, better times for Neil and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you went through your rough time, but I'm very glad you met Sandra, and you're having a good time now. Lots of fun with her, and especially when she's helping me at our Christmas parties. A lot.
Yeah, thanks for coming to those, man. That's been fun.
And by the way, Dad, if we're traveling together to Belize, Guadeloupe, or wherever we're going next, you need a new suitcase, because that suitcase you took to Spain, the big square one, doesn't fit anywhere, okay? So we have many more trips to take, so buy a new suitcase. Love you.
Go ahead.
And by the way, Neil has one more thing to say to you, as he always does.
Okay, Wendell, let me see. There were several things I wanted to tell you, but I'm totally forgetting. I guess I'm getting too old. But anyway, enough with the schemes. We're done. We've had enough of the schemes. You're 80 now. You can flip the switch and not worry about taking care of the kingdom or financing it for the rest of eternity. You're done. Okay, enough of that. We love you. We're so thrilled that God has kept you here. And I do want to say this. God has got you here for this reason. And this is what I tell my mom, who's 90, going to be 94. And she always asks me, why am I here? Why has God kept me here so long? Now, you may have already solved this issue, but this may be for the rest of us who are listening. And that is, God has you here because he wants you to glorify him. And that is, you see, when we get to heaven, it's going to be a natural thing. But down here, it's unnatural. It's unnatural for people like us who are hurting and getting older and getting crankier to want to continue to glorify God. And so I know you're doing that well, and I know Sandra's helping you, and we're really proud of you, guy. So God bless you. Happy birthday, and so glad that we could share this time with you.
An end of Sermon 101.
Wendell, it's Mark Whitmore. I haven't talked to you in a long time, but I'll always think back to those great years we had with you and Marge and Mike and Jim at White Lion Pictograph, and all the great planning sessions and all the dreams and visions. And, Jim was a great visionary, and Marge had a lot of energy, and Mike did what he did, but you were always the quiet one behind the scenes, but you were the solid rock, always behind it all. Anyway, those were great days. I've appreciated your friendship for all these years. I was just thinking back, I've known you for longer than I haven't known you. You've been a part of my life for a long, long time, and I just want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. We love you. Bye-bye.
Hello, Wendell. It's Mike Taylor. Jim wanted me to put a few thoughts together. And when I think about my life and the men in my life, you certainly are at the top. I remember doing some stupid things. I think one time camping, we sort of left Jim on the trail miles back. And I remember you always correcting me in a firm way, but not an angry way. My other memories are simple things like saying grace at the table and how you would take everyone's hand and lead grace for dinner. And finally, I guess the thought is just of playing pickup basketball in the driveway. How you joined in with us and had fun. And when I think about you and the effect you've had on my life, I think that more than anything, you served as a great role model of how to be a man. And I just want to let you know that. And so I wish you a very happy birthday.
Wendell, I know it's your birthday, and I wanted to say happy birthday to you. And Jim said that maybe we could maybe have a story or two to tell about you. And well, I was thinking, going back into the old memory banks, and I remember quite a few. There's an elephant over here. But I remember quite a few, and one of them was one day you called me and said, hey Bill, would you meet me at Jim's? Kind of a meeting, let's have a meeting. We had worked together before. And I said, sure. So I met him at Jim's, and I got there first, and I was waiting, and finally Wendell came in. He had this big smile on his face, and he came in and he sat down, and he looked me in the face, and he said, I have 2 words for you. And I said, what's that? And he went, Dr. Fish. I don't know, it was a show that he had thought about a guy that fished and was also a doctor, I guess. I never heard anything more about Dr. Fish except for that day. But when we left coffee that afternoon, I remember leaving and he got in his car and I got in my car and he drove around and he honked and rolled down his window. And this is the last thing he said to me. He said, "Bill," and I went, "Yeah, you got Dr. Fish." I never saw Wendell again for about 6 months. And that's one of my great stories about. Now, I know it's his birthday, and Jim, if you can follow me, I've done something crazy. I got you a little gift, but they have locked it in this window. And I know that you love to travel, and it's suitcases. It's different suitcases. So, Jim, if you'll follow me for a second, I just want to show you what it is because I don't know if we're going to be able to get them out or not. But right here, different suitcases, because I know that you love to travel, and but the problem is they're in this glass encasement, and I can't get them out. I'm going to try to do it. I can't promise anything, but hopefully this Sunday you'll have a happy birthday and a lot of suitcases.
Happy birthday, Wendell. You know, I remember a long time ago, maybe 20 years ago. I don't even claim anything 30 years ago. But you were in a studio with us and Jim and everybody. We were shooting Good Time Growing Show, and your job was to make the smoke come out of the dragon's nose. You know, you're pumping that smoke, and smoke was coming out of the dragon's nostrils, and Jim said, "You know, I gotta adjust this light," or something like that. And you were this was 3 in the morning. I've never seen Wendell, by the way, ever get mad. And he wasn't even mad then, but this is the most I've seen him come close to it. He just said, "Shut up and shoot!" Pumping that smoke out of the nostrils of that dragon. Pumping that, just shut up and shoot! So "shut up and shoot" became a word we used on the set many times over the years. Nobody knew the origin of it, but I used it a lot in my life. So thank you for that moment of truth and brevity. And you are a fantastic man. Happy birthday. I love you, Wendell.
When I was a young girl, I read a lot of books about Christian pastors and missionaries and other good Christian men. And I dreamed about marrying a good Christian man. And I prayed that the Lord would send me a good Christian man. You are that man. You're the man that I dreamed of. You're the man who has the Christian values and the dedication to the Lord that I was looking for, and I prayed the Lord would send to me. You are my dream husband.